All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And peace, love, and salutation to all you Akim that's pushing this truth and truth of sincerity. So I'm going to start off in Ezekiel, the 7th chapter, verses 5. Thus saith the Lord power. All right, and the Lord's name is Yahweh, and His Son's name, who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ, His real name is Yahweh Shai. Thus saith the Lord power and evil. Now we know evil goes into bad times, and only evil, behold, is come. And end is come. Yeah, we're at the end of Esau Edom, according to 2nd Ezra, the 6th chapter. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. The end is come. So we're at the end of this red man society. So we should really be pulling for the doom and gloom in this society. Now I know some days are better than others, but one thing I was meditating on before this lesson, I was thinking about what the elder brother Jeremiah, they know him as Murph, up there in Chicago, and he said, you know what, there's no bad days in this truth. Every day in this truth is a good day, because you know what, we're hastening the day that Yahweh Shai crafts those clouds and brings judgment upon this beast system and delivers the elect. So Lord willing, we're part of that number. So technically there is no bad days here. The scriptures say that this is not our rest. So continuing on, it says, the end is come, and watch it for thee, behold, it is come. So I'm going to get into this article going into the evil times, because this is good news for us. Now, I like to go to this website a lot, shtfplan.com. You know, they took away blacklisted news. That was a good website. But SHTF Plan still got some good articles. It appears that 2025 Summer of Chaos is off to an early start. So it might be a hot summer. We'll see. That's really up to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. This is from May 27, 2025. And it says, this summer, vast numbers of radical leftists that absolutely hate number 47. Vast numbers of protesters that are deeply angry about the war in the Middle East, which that's not a war, that's a genocide. Vast numbers of people that are in this country illegally, and vast number of ultraviolet predatory criminals will cause chaos in the streets of major cities all over America. And that's what we're hoping and praying on, man. You know, Jake is getting tired of waking up and going to this job, but ultimately the Lord has to put the spirit on these people to do something. And Lord wanted this summer. Now I was just talking to the priest Cassida, and we were just going into, look, man, what happens, you know, we were speaking as men. Let's say this devil does test runs and causes these blackouts for like 3-4 days. That will cause chaos. And when they put the lights back on, all right, it's going to be damage. You know, Esau could be doing these test runs, all right, and blame it on Russia. So continue on, it says, unfortunately, even though the official start of summer is still nearly a month away, and I'm going to say that too with the weather, man. Down here in Georgia, man, it's been like early spring. You know, some days you wake up it's 50 and it warms up to 70s. It's been raining majority of the week. It doesn't feel like early summer here, all right? And that goes into Esau, the devil that the Bible speaks of, spraying all these chemtrails in the air, manipulating the weather. But, you know, continue on, it says, appears that our upcoming Summer of Chaos is off to an early start. Let me give you a perfect example of what I'm talking about. On Sunday, radical leftists spent hours disrupting a huge prayer rally in the heart of Seattle, and authorities were forced to make dozens of arrests. Dozens of arrests after violence broke out between woke protesters. What you people aren't woke, man. You're just a bunch of assholes that think you're smart. You know, like I had this guy yesterday, not to be too long-winded, went to go get a sub sandwich. You know, every asshole out here thinks they're so damn smart. Excuse me for my Brazilian Portuguese. Guy was making my sandwich, and I told him I wanted mayo and the chipotle sauce. He's like, let me tell you something, brother. I care about you. It's double mayonnaise and it's bad for your heart. I'm like, bro, if you don't hurry up and give me my sandwich. And then he's trying to, you're not from here. Of course I'm not from here. You can tell by my voice I'm not from the state of Georgia. So he's trying to sound all smart and trying to make me look like I'm dumb. And I'm the one that's paying for the sandwich, man. That's the problem with you people, man. I'm going to get a precept right quick since I'm rambling. Because you got a lot of you people in America, man, you think you're just so goddamn smart. When that time of trouble comes, which the prophets have been warning you, man. And I'm talking about you Israelites, man, because, this guy looked like a white boy, but I can kind of figure out he was kind of like a Jake, one of them woke type dummies. All right. I don't, mean to go off the deep end, but this is what we deal here with every day. I was watching this lesson from the brother Taza Yarbanyanyam out of the GMS Kansas City camp. And he did an event lesson called F You People. And that's how we feel about you people, man. All right, everybody has their opinion. Everybody's entitled here. So we're waiting for all hell to break loose, man. So you people know so damn much here in America, man. But here it is. We come out week in and week out telling you of the danger that's coming. But everybody got an answer. Everybody got a solution. Like it says in Judges 10, verses 13 and 14, cry unto your God to save you. This is Ezekiel 24 and 6. Wherefore thus saith the Lord power, woe to the bloody city. America's the bloody city. And don't let these other guys, these guys talking about America's not the lake of fire. So I guess next week they're going to be, oh yeah, America's not the bloody city. Nigga, what? Go into the transatlantic slave trade. Go into the Trail of Tears. Go into the gold rush of the 1840s. Go into the Red River War, various other wars between the devil, Esau, Edom, and our people in the early Americas. Woe to the bloody city, to the pot whose scum is therein, and whose scum is not gone out of it. Bring it out piece by piece, let no lot fall upon it. Yeah, these people are scumbags, man. Everybody wants to act like they're just so damn smart and they got it going on. And they don't have a clue what is going on. All right? They're not going to these articles of SHTF plan. This is mostly for the prophets and these prepper guys, man. These average people in America that still eat McDonald's and go eat nuggets at Taco Bell. And they got nuggets at what they got? They got nuggets at Taco Bell. They got nuggets at what's that place? Down here in the South, it's like an offshoot of White Castles, man, called Crystals. Yeah, everywhere they got nuggets. And when you look how these nuggets are made, man, it's not real food. But nevertheless, these people are scumbags. They're still drinking sodas. A lot of these people are marijuana addicts. I got this guy at my job, man. He got a medical card. And this guy's work is just totally shoddy, man. I know I'm kind of venting, but you get the picture, man. We're waiting for all hell to break loose. But first and foremost, we have to get our minds spiritually prepared because it can go down at any minute, man. Even down to getting certain physical things. There's nothing wrong with going to get extra bottles of water and extra canned goods and can openers and candles. There's nothing wrong with that, man. And if you haven't already did that, I would suggest you go do it. Because it's about to get ugly real quick. If not this summer, hey, the coming days, weeks and months. All right. This article is talking about the summer of chaos. See, Esau knows it, man. He knows that he's losing his country. These don't tread on me Edomites. I'm about the Constitution. They ready to get down. And guess what? They're ready to get down on you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. All right. So you had dozens were arrested after violence broke out between woke protesters and police at a religious rally in Seattle. Christian activists from On Fire Ministries hosted their May Day United States of America rally at Cal Anderson Park on Saturday. The event was described as standing together for biblical truth and values as part of the Don't Mess With Our Kids movement, according to the organization's Facebook. The violence began sometime around 1:30 p.m., which probably is around 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and by 5:30, the violence was still so bad that the Washington State Patrol was called in. Individuals in the crowds have begun throwing water bottles at officers, police said. Protesters have now knocked over fencing. Additional officers will be responding to the area to assist in maintaining a safe environment. By 5:30 p.m., 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, troopers with the Washington State Patrol arrived at the scene to help Seattle Police Department. It was quite a chaotic scene, but what happened in Los Angeles that evening was even worse. It is reported that a large mob went absolutely wild in downtown Los Angeles on Saturday night. Now, I used to grow up out there, and yeah, them niggas is wild, man. All right? LA, them blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, which they probably gonna blame it on you. They're totally wild, man. They're revolted and gone, like it says in Jeremiah 5:23. Officers had to form a skirmish line to clear a large mob that vandalized a metro train, a police car, and several businesses in downtown Los Angeles on Saturday night. A Los Angeles Police Department spokesman confirmed to KTLA that units were dispatched to the 1700 block of Trinity Avenue near Washington Boulevard for reports of a group that was trespassing in the area around 10 p.m. The group vandalized a metro train on Washington Boulevard. They also vandalized some businesses in the area, the spokesman said. So let's get a precept on that. I had these queued up. Matthew 24:12, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. These people don't give a good goddamn out here, man. All right, and we haven't even got to the hard part yet. We haven't even hit hyperinflation, and these people are crashing out, man. So let's get this word iniquity. Because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. That's why you gotta be circumspect with these people, man. You gotta be watching about befriending these people in the world, man. Because they already have ulterior motives, man. These people in the world are always trying to get over on you. They're always trying to slick talk you, trying to talk to you like you're a little child. Hey, we're in the truth, man. We can put up curses and prayers on you people, and just like that, the Lord sees fit. The Lord sees fit. You're out of here, man. Now let's get this word.
Strong's G 458. Anamia.
Anamia goes into iniquity. It says the condition of without law, contempt and violation of law, iniquity, wickedness. Because wickedness shall abound. There's just all types of wickedness going on, man. You had this woman on OnlyFans that had sex with 586 dudes, and hey, some bitches probably gonna surpass that pretty soon, man. All right, these children, man, personally, man, I would suggest in these states they have year-round school, where you have school in the summertime and in the wintertime, and in the fall time you get out, because these little young niggas is out here, and I'm starting to see it, man. So you gotta be circumspect, man. Watch for the crime rate to go up when the weather goes up, man. Because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. You gotta watch every goddamn body out here, man. All right. You gotta watch who you bring into your house. You gotta watch who you talk to. You even gotta watch how people. I was watching the brother Howard Zion from the GMS Pennsylvania camp, and there was a clip. You even gotta watch how people shake your hand. You gotta watch all type of energy out here, man, because these people are set to do wickedness, like it says in Genesis 6:5. Matter of fact, let's get that. All right, because this is the times that we in. This pre-flood behavior, man. And people are going to get more rowdy. Okay, we ain't even got to the hard part yet, man. The black woman is complaining about her food stamps. What do you think is going to happen? Your kids is 18 years old. What do you think is going to happen? It's going to run out. You're supposed to get a job. Hello. Genesis 6:5. And the Most High saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth. Just like today. You got transmissions everywhere. All right, you got moles everywhere. Every other man here, and every other man in the world here is a mole here in Atlanta. They got that sweet Carl Anthony Towns spirit on them, man. They got that sugar in the tank spirit on them, man. These women are hella masculine, especially the black woman. Black woman is Satan. All right, It's just all types of wickedness going on out here in Babylon the Great. But you know what? We have to keep our composure. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to be in the spirit of crashing out. That's why we got to pray and actually apply these scriptures. All right. I'm a little hot, but you know, it is what it is, man. We have some serious times, man. All right. And that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. These jakes out here ain't thinking about serving the Lord, man. Look at Elder Monatizak Bob's page and other brothers doing responses. I used to be a Hebrew Israelite. I don't believe them black Hebrew Israelites. Some asshole is always trying to cut up the Hebrew Israelites on a daily basis. Do you think their mind is set to do even any type of good? No, because Christianity and Islam has their minds thought to do evil. Okay. Verse 6, and it repented the Lord that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart. And the Lord said, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and creeping thing, and the fowls of the air, for it repenteth me that I have made them. And here came the flood. But you got people who don't believe in the flood. Like this guy who came up to the Tampa Bay camp, the GMS Tampa camp, saying he hates the God of the Bible. Well, you about to face your judgment, home slice. All right, you about to get hit up by the flooded missiles in World War III. Genesis 6 and 8. But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. And we want to come in the stead of Noah. Noah was part of the elect. Okay, even though technically here in Genesis 6 and 8, people, he wasn't an Israelite. He came to that righteous seed line, dummy. Okay, the Lord found mercy upon Noah, and that's what we're looking for. All right, so let's continue with this article. Liberal news outlets are not saying much about this riot because it makes their people look bad. And hey, I will say that I haven't seen too much about that, you know, because I do subscribe to outlet. I don't subscribe to Seattle, but I subscribe to, you know, various news stations. Memphis is a hellhole, man. No wonder why the feds is going up in there now. All right, LA. I think I got Chicago, and another city, Miami, yes, outside of where I live at. But it certainly should be getting a lot more attention. At one point, the mob actually posed to take photos in front of an LAPD squad car that they had just vandalized. All right, so, you know, I'm going to just, man, I'm going to read some more on this. After midnight, approximately 50 trespassers blocked 2 A-line trains traveling northbound and southbound at the intersection of Washington Boulevard and Maple Street. So they getting bold out here, man. Standing in front of trains, blocking trains. South of downtown Los Angeles, Metro said in a statement given to KTLA, the trespassers began to spray paint on both trains and gained entry into the southbound train and sprayed paint on the interior of the train. During the incident, no operators or passengers were harmed and service was delayed about 20 minutes. Some individuals were also seen vandalizing an LAPD squad car, even posing for pictures in front of it. Now that goes into the scumbags and the stupidity of you people, because you don't think, and guess what? You're posing in front of pictures, and guess what? You're going to put it on Instagram and all these social media platforms, and then probably about a week's time, LAPD is going to be knocking at your door. They're going to show you how dumb these Americans are, man. All right? But the Hebrew Israelites are the problem. Even posing for pictures in front of it, shooting fireworks at it. And you don't think LAPD got some type of numbers on you? That's just like somebody robbing a bank and taking a picture of the money, and he's at his grandma's house. The stupidity of these American people, man. You need to stop eating them chicken nuggets out of Taco Bell and KFC. It says kicking it and spray painting, and stop drinking that goddamn Mountain Dew. But you know, these people are going to do what they're going to do. Hey, matter of fact, I got a precept, man. You know, this is another scripture why you can't get mad at these degenerates, man. See, the scriptures give us comfort. The scriptures are the comforter, right? Revelation 22:11. He that is unjust, let him be unjust still. So you want to be a low-life savage here in America, still eating Taco Bell, smoking Newport 100s in a box, and vandalizing the city, then let him be unjust still. And he that which is filthy, let him be filthy still. And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still. So we got to continue on this path, even though the scriptures say our righteousness is as filthy rags, man. Let these people out, let these useless eaters out here, as these elites call them, vandalize the city. Because you know what? That turns into order out of chaos, and that's one day closer to the Lord coming back. So we're all with it, man. You know, at this point, now I'm smiling because, hey, the scriptures bring us comfort. Let these people terrorize these cities so they can lock these people up and they can bring order out of chaos, man. Let him be righteous still. He that is holy, let him be holy still. Let's get back to this article. Now it says, many of those who were not actively engaging in the vandalism were recording the chaos on their cell phones. So you people that was recording on their cell phones, you don't think that the authorities have information on your cell phones? See, this goes to show you how dumb people are, but y'all can have it. These days, our streets are absolutely teeming with predatory criminals, and way too often the police lose control. Because, yeah, after that George Floyd protest, nobody wants to be a police officer, man. Especially down here in the South. Nobody wants to be a police officer, man. You know, where I live at, they paying people almost $70,000 to be a police officer. And I live in a notorious county here in this state. All right, but it's not like that no more, man. All right, the love of many is waxing cold. Nobody wants to be a police officer. Speaking of losing control, Fox News is telling us that chaos erupted when a large group of keffiyeh wearing anti you know who protesters ripped up and burned diplomas outside of Columbia University on Wednesday. All right, a group of keffiyeh wearing anti you know who protesters ripped up a burning diplomas outside Columbia University. Now I believe Trump is not giving aid to some of these schools, man. All right, based on their anti you know who stance and pro P, if you know what I'm talking about. That genocide that's over there in the Gaza Strip. It says outside Columbia University on Wednesday, shortly after a graduation ceremony at the Ivy League institution. This is an Ivy League school. This is a prestigious university. And it goes to show you, hey, we're at the end, man, when people at the Ivy League are turning up. While unruly demonstrators also tang it with 12. Chaos erupted outside the university when the protesters, many of whom had their faces covered with masks, torched diplomas and food trays next to a sign that said "Free Mahmoud Khalil," the former student who was arrested by immigration agents in March, and whom the number 47 administration is trying to deport. Free the P. That's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the P. And you're committing genocide, the protesters yelled in the rain to the sound of drums. So this is what's going on all over America and different parts of the world. People are still mad, all right, over this pro-P, anti-you-know-who stance. And we've been telling you, man, all right, we're at the end of Esau's age, the end of this red man, okay? And you're going to start to see this. Isaiah 19:1, message to Egypt. Now, for you people, America's not Egypt, man. Revelation 11 and verse 8. And their dead bodies, that's talking about the spiritual dead bodies of these Israelites. They're in the congregation of the dead, like it mentions in Proverbs 21:16, if I'm not mistaken. Shall lie in the street of the great city. That great city is not the Vatican. People are not coming from East India and different parts of the world to go to the Vatican, man. Now we know we got this guy, Pope Leo the 14th. Nobody's going to the Vatican, man. That's not the great city. The great city is Babylon, aka America, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt. Well, next month is the Pride month, right? And Egypt. You got a city in Georgia called Cairo, Georgia. You got Memphis. All right, you got other cities named after ancient Egyptian cities. And when you go to Las Vegas, the Luxor Casino has a statue of a pharaoh. So the new pharaoh here is Esau Edom. All right, this is a new captivity, and the new pharaoh here who refuses to let us go, according to Jeremiah 50:33, is the red man, who you call the white man. He's not white, he's red. He's not the white, he's not the color of this background of this screen, man. All right, he's red. He's the color of this YouTube. All right, yeah, the so-called white man is being revealed. How is it being revealed? Through the servants, the prophets, man. All right, now you Christians want to come up and try to debate us. All right, because you're in delusion. You don't even know prophecy, man. How many of you Christians listen to our prophecy lessons, man? You just want to give it that Jew and Gentile and everybody can be saved, when the Bible clearly doesn't say that. It says, where also our Lord was crucified. You gave us that picture of Cesare Borgia. I wanted to some, man, I was at work today, and let's just say this, man. I had a client that was a Benjamite, and guess what? As soon as I walked into the house, the establishment, guess what? I saw a picture of that shaggy-haired dog named Cesare Borgia. Okay? And this is what our people believe in, that some red man is going to save your ass. He didn't put you in the transatlantic slave trade. Okay? Did all types of nefarious work on you. For you northern tribes and you Hispanics, you gave it a trail of tears. All right, he broke a bunch of treaties amongst you Native Americans. He's deporting you so-called Latinos now, but this man, the red man, is supposed to be your savior. That's why 2/3 got to be cut off, man. Because they're under a strong delusion, like it says in Isaiah, the 66th chapter. So America is spiritually known as Sodom and Egypt, man. For you dummies. And the next week, but you know, America's not Sodom and Egypt. And I'm going to end it off on this. Isaiah 19:1. The burden of Egypt. Behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at its presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the presence of it. So judgment is coming to this place that's spiritually known as Sodom and Egypt, man. Verse 2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. As you see in this article, man, these anti-you-know-who, pro-P people, you had people in Seattle, all right, they says they were standing for biblical truth and values. All of a sudden, since the Hebrew Israelites came out, now you people want to pick up the Bible. I find that funny. Don't mess with our kids. You know why? Because they don't want transmissions messing with their children. Okay? Even though these Christians don't know what the hell is going on, they still adhere to Leviticus 20 and 13. They don't want you transformers teaching their children. Okay? This place never was a great society, but these people, they're like, hey, we don't mess with our kids, man. We don't want to be bothered with that LB. You know what I'm talking about. So there's going to be great division still to come. We'll see if it happens in the summertime. We'll see if it happens in the fall or the winter. But nevertheless, if it happens in 2026, that's what's going to happen, man. It's up to the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, to do that. It's not up to us. Man's goings is of the Lord's. And the Lord got to put the spirit on these people. I'm going to just quote this according to Job 33 and 15. These people still, like I said, these people are drooling over Lilo and Stitch. Now, I'm not knocking the movie, but they just here it is in Babylon. They remaking the same movies from like 10, 20 years ago. And you people say, ooh, Lilo and Stitch. Ooh. You know, still drinking still drinking Coke Zero. You people are still going to McDonald's, still going to KFC, even though they told you in that commercial that chicken is not real chicken. But you know what? The Lord got to put the spirit on these people to do this. Exodus 19 and 2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. Americans versus Americans. Those, you know, it could be Democrats versus Republicans, liberals versus conservatives, men versus women, so-called blacks versus whites, so on and so forth. They made a movie last year called Civil War. How many people went to go watch that? And they shall fight every one against his brother. So people that were known to be friends and known to be allies, they're going to turn enemies, man. And everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. All right. So, hey, we're looking forward to a hot summer. All right. We're looking forward to a summer of chaos, man, because it's one day closer to the Lord coming back. So with that, Lord, one that was edifying, I'm going to say shalom.